Hi, and welcome to Genred Off Book. Today's guest is Melissa. Hi.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi, ladies.
Welcome to Genred. Why don't we kick it off really simple, and you tell us how you know us and what brings you to Genred.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, thank you so much for having me here.
Melissa.
A pleasure.
Love it. Frankly, never thought I'd be here because, you know, how I feel about books and romance and romantasy.
We'll get into it, but
We'll
yeah.
get into it. But I'm jumping the gun here a little bit. But how do I know you two? Well, fun fact, we actually spent last night going through a series of high school yearbooks where we spotted ourselves back in the day. So that's really where it all began, although it really was working a retail job selling underwear with your dear sister.
Yep.
That really kicked it all off and then spiraled into a lot, I would say.
Yeah,
So
I think so.
we'll keep it, I'll cut it there.
Keep it brief.
But yeah, and I'm here. Why am I here? Actually, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I am visiting with my tiny child, Alex, who may or may not be on an episode of this podcast as well.
Yeah.
Visiting and just hanging out.
And surprise, this is our first time with a third guest here
What?
in our makeshift studio.
Yes, that we're, building out as we speak.
I didn't know I was part of this
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
important moment.
I know.
Wow.
Watershed. Well, to be fair, your son was here first. We did record
Yep.
You did beat me to it.
we did record a quick interview about his favorite books. And he
Yeah.
really took us on a wild
It's a
ride.
gem. It's
Nothing-
definitely a gem.
Nothing like a 4-year-old's brain.
Which I think you'll hear right after
This.
Melissa's
Yeah, I think we're going to
interview.
put them
Very
together.
exciting. We'll see who's better. Who's more coherent?
Ooh.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start with our first question, which is always the easiest one. What's your favorite genre, and how did it win you over?
So I don't think this is a surprise to either of you, but it is dystopian fiction, hands down. I mean, give me some terrible future with an authoritarian government. But how did I get into it? It really started. I know exactly when it started. It was 5th grade. I read The Giver, and just I always think back. Why was I reading that book in 5th grade? I don't know when you guys read
We
it,
also read it in 5th
Yeah.
grade.
but like why? Like
It's dark.
It is a terribly
Yeah.
awful book to give you. What are you, 10?
Yeah.
It's like emotional suppression, government mandated sameness, and I'm just like, what? I'm 10. Like and I like that. I love that book. And it just really got me into that. Wow. I want to imagine what if. I'd always been into, I'm not going to say fantasy, but like Wrinkle in Time. I feel like that's a book
Yeah.
everybody loves, but like that was kind of like a precursor, but it was really The Giver that made me say, that's interesting. I love the story. I want to hear more like this.
Yeah. So back to The Giver, and then also back to A Wrinkle in Time, which is my favorite book. A Wrinkle in Time is interesting, and I do think it runs parallel to The Giver. A, it just has kids again. B, it's something that kids read, and it's honestly way too over the head of children. Like A Wrinkle in Time is...
Why?
Yeah.
Like, that's 2 books right there we shouldn't have been reading.
The main characters may be children, but the themes are very serious, and you're not really getting them when you're a kid. And I think A Wrinkle in Time is fantasy in the sense that there's, magical witches who travel in time, but it is a little bit more like speculative fiction, I think, just because once they go to the other time, then it's dystopian. Then they're dealing with a giant brain that's holding everybody hostage. And that's how they have to get their father back.
You're absolutely right. And actually, as you're saying it, I'm realizing that's the
connection
for me. That's why I like that book and
that's why you like it.
I plugged it right in. So
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it was basically dystopian fiction with The Giver, and then that was basically it for you? That was your genre? You don't really cheat?
Well, I've read other books before in my time, but it's where I keep finding myself going back. And, when I think about, I was trying to think about this beforehand, like what were the books that really meant a lot to me. I think the next book that really hit me, and I think this was a high school book, I can't remember exactly when I read this, it was The Handmaid's Tale, which I hate even saying that because I'm like, oh, Handmaid's Tale, but it's genuinely that book, I think it changed me, which sounds dramatic, but it's really, that's where it was the rabbit hole, and the real world can be terrifying, and the themes of gender coming through it, that's a whole other sub genre I'm super into. So I will cheat. So the other genre that I really like, I genuinely like a lot of nonfiction books too, which snooze, but The one nonfiction genre that I do like is like any kind of memoir. And Angela's Ashes was my favorite book for a really long time, which is just like really powerful book. I love stories like that. But then I got into celebrity memoir, which is kind of a confusing set of genres to like. You go from dystopian nightmare to celebrity memoir. But I actually thought about it, and it's like it's kind of similar, right? It's like, think about how celebrities live their lives. They are living in a bit of a dystopian nightmare. It's like the press and the public and all of that. So I love those stories of when you get to like get in deep underneath and understand their psyche. And if they're really well written, it's fantastic. A lot of times they are garbage, but I love that as well too. So,
what was the last celebrity memoir you read?
The last one I read actually was the one Mark Hoppus wrote, Fahrenheit 182. Which it was good. It was like kind of happy, but then he got into the cancer story and everything like that, and that was pretty sad. It was fine. I liked it, but it wasn't like the best one I've ever read for sure.
Okay.
But yeah.
So let's start with your dystopian genre. What would be the book that you would suggest, like someone who'd never read the genre, read first?
I think the easiest starting point and the point that will get you hooked the fastest is definitely The Hunger Games. I feel like that's just like, it's just so, you read that series in like 2 minutes, you just get into it, and it's just such a great story. It's fast, emotional, hard to put down. It's how I felt about Twilight too, but separate story. I did love that series. I'll admit that on the air. Everybody knows now. I read the Twilight series in like 3 days.
It's a millennial through line. You're fine.
So. Totally fine. But it's like the rebellion, the like world building, like the survival instincts, all of that. There's serious questions of like the power and the control, but it's kind of a lighter read almost. Like it's like it's easier to get into than a lot of the other things out there. So like, because like the classic dystopians, like the 1984s, the Brave New Worlds, like Animal Farm, great books. They're just denser, and I find them like a little bit harder to get into. Love those books, but I feel like that's like, once you get excited about the genre, I think you go back and read all those books you didn't read in high school. So
I think that's a good point. If somebody was fully converted and you're like, okay,
it's time for you to level up.
It's time for you to level up. You've now done, you've gone back. What's the level up book?
The level up book. What would be really tough to read? Or I don't have a good answer for this, guys. I really don't.
That's okay.
That's okay. To be fair, I didn't have an answer to it when Katie interviewed me the other day, and I wrote these questions. So,
I mean, I think honestly, I think like a 1984 is a hard one. Like that is it is
1984 is a hard one.
It is a tough book. And again, they give it to us in high school. It's like when they gave us A Tale of Two Cities, and I think I read that in 9th grade, 8th grade or 9th grade. And I was like, why are you giving me Charles Dickens at this age? Like, I really have a problem with the literature curriculum that they gave me. Like, I hated this book because I was 13 years old or 12 years old.
And you're just not, it's boring when you're
boring.
And it's hard to read.
Too many words.
And these white men wrote these books so long ago that like they're, I mean, like they're still good books. I'm not saying there's not value in them, but if you're trying to get a 13-year-old to sit down and read this type of prose, it's going to be rough. It's going to be tough, man. It's a very particular 13-year-old who's going to be like, nice. Yes, this is what I was looking for.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I did want to read Charles Dickens. Best of times, the worst of times, slay. Like what are they doing for these poor kids?
Just all the worst of times.
What's the biggest misconception people have about your genre?
I think that it's all doom and gloom and fear. I think there's this assumption that it's very depressing, but I actually find it to be the opposite. It's all about resilience, the human condition. It's like the really good ones are like a love letter to humanity, which I say that out loud and it's like kind of cheesy, but like even if everything's falling apart, someone's choosing to care, trying to fight back. And it's less about like all of these stories are not like, they're not necessarily predictive or always like, they're speculative, but it's not like an eye into the future. It's almost like a mirror to society today. Like I find that a lot, and I think that's what a lot of these books are written for. Yeah. It's where they're holding up a mirror to the current day and saying, hey, like there are these themes in the world and this is what could happen. Imagine if this could happen. So I find that really interesting too when you think about when some of these books were written.
Yeah.
So
what do you think that people miss if they automatically dismiss this genre?
just so much fun. And just like so much like
Fun?
Yeah, I
Fun.
love it. Like it's an adventure, and you just like all against all odds, and I don't know. I can't put these kinds of books down. Like, give me a good future society where something bad. Like, my favorite thing is when it's a future society and like something happened in the past, but nobody talks about it, and then we have to like go unpack through 200 pages what that is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like talking about Voldemort, in
Yeah.
Harry Potter. You know what I mean? Like, gotta figure out why that happened, and it's like that moment where you're like, oh my gosh, you have the realization.
Okay, wait. Let me ask. I have a follow-up. Have you read or watched Silo?
No, should I?
Yeah, so I was just thinking
Okay.
about it. So Silo is a series of books, 3 books. I've read the first one.
Write it down right now.
And I'll get the author for you. I don't have it off the top of my head. But it's also an Apple TV
Oh, I love that.
show. But it is, again, something happened in the world, and everybody has had to go underground in these silos that were built in order to survive. And then, of course, one intrepid woman goes, why? And then it all just goes from there. And you're sort of trying to figure it out. So the show is really good. And I think there's 2 seasons, and it's like a mixture of like the first and the second book. So I feel like you would actually really dig it.
Yeah, because this definitely, it's funny you're saying it's a TV show. Like, this crosses into my love of TV and movies too.
In which Melissa just goes, is there a plane at the beginning that crashes and we have to figure out why? That's her favorite genre of TV shows. It's very specific,
like
very
plain
niche.
So niche.
It's very specific. But there are a lot of shows that
I know
fit that criteria.
that stupid show Manifest that I know you
I
loved
hated
it.
that show. No, it was terrible. It was too much for me.
You did watch all of it, though,
There was
didn't you?
too much magic.
I
There
can't
was
even
too
talk
much
about
magic.
it. I can't even talk about that show. Can't even talk about it.
Anyway, we won't, because it makes me mad too.
All right, before we go to the next question, I have one other question. Do you have a favorite dystopian hero? So you were talking about how like people miss that this genre is really more about hope. It's about somebody who cares, like how we can, fight back against sort of these everlasting themes in society. Do you have a favorite one that like sticks out?
One that I truly love.
Yeah.
Let me think about this. Favorite character. I would say these all go back to all the classics. I feel like such a cop out. Like, I just love Katniss.
Yeah. Yeah. Good character, solid character.
Offred.
I'd say Offred too.
She's definitely one of my favorites. I mean, and badass. Love that. I mean, again, I have to go back to the Jonas in The Giver. He seemed like, I don't know, I just liked him. I probably had a book crush on him, if I'm being honest. But
well, yeah, when you're 13 and there's a cute boy who's standing on his principles.
Yeah,
what is a girl supposed to do?
Who doesn't want to be with that guy?
Swoon.
And he knows all the things. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
You feel all the feelings?
What? Swoon.
What is this, emotional intelligence?
Didn't know. I was looking for empathy.
I know.
Well, what's your comfort zone? Like, what are your favorite tropes or vibes or moments in these types of books that you're like, I'm waiting for this?
It's the truth drop moment.
Okay.
100,000%. And it's like where, again, Jonas is like when he realizes what a release means, and they're just like killing babies or whatever.
Yeah.
Ugh, terrible. I say I love it, but like, you know what I mean? It's like that gut punch is what I mean. Or like the guy in 1984, Winston, realizing he's actually rewriting history the whole time. Like, sorry, spoiler alert
for 1984.
For 1984.
Spoiler alert.
The young kids nowadays don't read that.
I wonder. I'd love to see the curriculum. When your kids get into high school, Melissa, tell us.
Okay, I'll let you know. Or what was it with Katniss in, I think it was the second book, where it was like she realized she was really just being played by everybody. You know what I mean?
When she
even Gale.
Yeah, right. Everybody was just messing with her, and it's just like
when she realized she's like, wait a second, I'm the propaganda.
Yeah. Right. I'm the problem.
It's me.
It's me. I'm
the problem.
Yeah.
But the truth drop moment is big for me. But the other one I like is the rebel awakens, and like that person just like, I'm gonna go save the world now. It's like when they realize and ask the question and think things could be different. I think we were talking about that earlier. Like, it's that one person who can make the difference, and it just gives me so much hope, but it feels so fake.
Yeah.
And I love that.
It is a hopeful show. You've convinced me from here. Like it is the idea. It really takes the chosen one trope, like that one person who can change the world, but it brings it out of Harry Potter, out of fantasy, and brings it into something that you can really see yourself. Like it's really mirrored. It might be not today's, but it could be, in the very near future.
Yeah.
Like in that sort of thing. Like what would you do in that situation if you found yourself in
There's so many like
role?
newer good ones. Like The Power was a kind of weird good one that happened that kind of flipped the gender trope on its head, where it was women suddenly became the dominant force in the world, but also that was bad. So that was
power
fascinating.
corrupts.
Right, power corrupts.
Yeah.
Power corrupts. And then there was another one that was interesting, weird. They're all a little weird, right? Vox, I think it was called, where women
heard of that one.
could only say 100 words a day.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. I think I have.
Weird.
I didn't read it, but now that you
That's
said that, I
weird.
think I did sort of hear about that
There's
one.
one I'm reading now or listening to now that I don't know if I'm actually going to finish it because it has to do with like a little bit of magic, and I'm just like, you know how I feel about magic.
Well, great segue.
Let's pause for a second because we would like to talk to you about
Let's
how you feel
segue.
about dragons.
Wait, but tell us, because I'm hearing things like Harry Potter and Twilight, but I know personally that you have such a disdain for fairies and books with magic. So what is your gripe with magic?
It's not real.
Yes.
Also, to be clear, I'm going to also admit this in a public forum. I never read the Harry Potter series ever. I know. Can we even be friends anymore?
So if we're talking Twilight's the most fantasy you've ever gotten, then what we're talking is that I don't think you've read any high fantasy. So if I drop you into a world,
That's on purpose.
but so like you would never just like if I give you even no, The Hobbit,
No, never read any of
no
those.
Lord of the Rings.
Never appealed to me.
You know, but that's why I was saying Silver Elite could be something that you would be interested in because it is dystopian and it is humans, more or less. Like there are some there is magic intertwined
It's
within
not
the
magic
world.
so much as powers.
Yes, I guess.
The book The Power actually was probably the closest I've come to that recently, and that was a little borderline for me. I think what I prefer, the specific subgenre I like, is it's usually like authoritarian control, like that vibe, or technology. It's when technology, like the AI is coming to get us, like Skynet is here. Like that is usually what I go for. Like closer to sci-fi, honestly. Yeah.
Because then I think of like Warcross by like, did you read Ready Player One?
Yes.
Okay.
Love that book.
Okay.
Ender's Game. Love that book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So that's more my speed. So that's
Warcross is a great book, actually.
Yeah, that's
I feel
true.
like you would like that.
It's a very Ender's Game, Ready Player One
All
sort
those
of
boy
Warcross.
books.
Yeah. Are you just not unable to suspend belief that seriously? Like when you go into like a high fantasy world?
I think that's what it comes down to. Like I'm not like a huge reader. I'm a big audiobook listener.
Listen, we've said it once and we'll say it again.
Still reading.
We're not reading purists. I don't care how you read.
Glad.
If you're reading, and we listen to books, I do some mixture of reading and listening to almost every book that I read.
I think if I'm truly trying to unpack this, I think what I struggle with the fantasy is getting fully immersed in it is difficult for me because I don't read a ton. So like I'm not like every night reading and just trying to like get into it, and not I haven't had the time or the space to do that type of thing. So that's hard for me. And when it's something that I'm like struggling to believe is real, it's just never been my bag.
And it's not something that's like, wow, this is hooking me because it's so interesting. This world is so interesting.
No, it's so funny. Like my mom loves fantasy.
Really?
Loves fantasy. Oh my
God,
gosh.
I love that.
Lucy, I didn't know we had
We
that
gotta
in
talk to
common.
her about that.
She loves fantasy.
Next time I see your mom.
You know what though? What's interesting, like the movie The Descendants.
Yeah.
Stuff, love stuff like that.
All right, so do
like
I.
there's something there.
I love that.
Yeah, there's
love
like
the
a little.
Descendants.
We're talking about like the Disney movie, The Descendants?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
great
Yeah,
movie.
okay, yeah.
Trying to get my kids into it, not working.
Really?
They're
I
a
would
little
think
too-
they would
they're a
love
little
it.
They're like,
There's
Okay.
great songs.
we're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Okay.
We're close. K-pop Demon Hunters. We're close.
Yeah.
So
So good. Once again, this podcast loves K-pop Demon
Yes, so this is
Hunters.
also something that's
Yes.
been. We started this podcast pretty much when K-pop Demon Hunters came out, so we talk about it on a pretty regular basis. Okay, so that makes sense. I mean, I do know, like, I never recommend you a fantasy book because you're not going to like it. Because you know what? You didn't even watch Game of Thrones. You just said that cultural moment didn't touch me.
Well, I kind of was there when my husband Scott watched it, and I would annoy him like crazy because I just kept being like, what's going on? Who's that?
Wait.
What are they doing?
You sat next to him.
Not every week, though, to be clear. Occasionally. And I'd be like, what's going on? And he's like,
literally, shut up.
Like, go away. You can't do this to me.
I'm like, Scott, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
That is so annoying.
Apologies.
So annoying.
Apologies to Scott.
Also, with something like that, talk about high fantasy. In Game of Thrones, everybody's name was incredibly difficult to say, and it all started with the same letter all the time. So sometimes even experienced watchers would be like, honestly, don't know. I don't know who that is.
Who is that person? Yeah. So again, that cultural moment didn't even grip me because I was like, not into it.
Yeah. If you didn't even fall into that peer pressure,
So
there was watch parties. You could have gone to a party and you said, nah.
No.
Wow.
I did my crossword puzzles. That's what I did.
And
yeah, it's just something just doesn't work for me. That's okay.
There's okay.
Many books out there.
No genre shaming here. We're
no
not
genre
shaming.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, for the last question. So we already know if you could read one genre for the rest of your life, this one would probably be it. But I asked you a little earlier because I couldn't wait whether or not, if you would cheat on it, and you said celebrity memoirs. So tell us more. Is it like your palate cleanser in between dystopian, or?
I think it kind of is, actually, because recently I did this where I did the Testaments, which is like the follow-on to the Handmaid's Tale, which that was super interesting book. And then I did I think I did The Power, and then Vox. I did this like series right in a row of all these like very gendered books, and I was like, I can't do this anymore because it was feeling a little too real for me.
Yeah. A little heavy.
There's like a certain point where I was like, I can't do this. And that's when I read the Mark Hoppus book, which is very good. Some ones that I really like, well, Angela's Ashes I always use as a non-celebrity memoir that I feel like was like a good entree into that broader genre of memoir. But in terms of the celebrity ones that I like, Mindy Kaling's is great. I love Jessica Simpson's.
Oh, I've heard such good things about Jessica Simpson.
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore has a really good one.
Oh, okay.
And so Britney Spears.
I read Britney Spears's.
More because it is one of the saddest books I've ever read.
It's one of the saddest books I've ever read too.
In my life.
Katie made fun of me when I was reading it, and I'm just like, Katie, you have to understand. I was right about Justin Timberlake, and that I hated him from the very beginning, and I was right because everything she writes about him in that book is completely believable, and he is a jerk face.
Hashtag free Britney.
Hashtag, yeah. We may have given, sometimes we say maybe we gave Britney a little too much freedom, but
yeah. She might be a little too free.
She might be a little too free,
She
but
might be a little too free, I agree.
But she didn't deserve to be so not free.
Yeah.
I don't know what the middle ground is.
No one around her looked after that girl.
Yeah. No. That is true. That is sad.
It's so sad.
And that actually is an example of a celebrity memoir that at the very least the audiobook was killer, because I'm forgetting who was read by Michelle Williams.
I think if Britney Spears read it,
I don't think it would have been.
I don't think it would have.
No. But like Michelle Williams read it, so it was really good. And that was a book that you listened to, you didn't read necessarily. Like that was like the right way to consume this particular book. I think if you were reading it, it might have been a little bit harder to get through.
Thanks, Melissa. Thank you for being our guest on Off Book. I hope you had a good time.
I had an amazing time.
It was great to learn more about you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
And now for our very special and very cute interview with Melissa's 4-year-old son, Alex, where he tells us all about his favorite books and honestly drops some advice that I think we all needed to hear. Enjoy. Are you ready? Okay, can you first tell everybody what your name is and what your favorite book is?
My name is Alex, and my favorite book is Captain Underpants.
Yeah, and who's Captain Underpants?
He's my stuffy.
Yeah.
He looks like this. He has underwear on. He has underwear on, and he has a cape on that is red and has stripes.
Wow.
Do you like him?
I do like him. Is he a superhero?
He is.
Yeah. What does he do?
I know what superheroes. Superheroes, save the day.
Yeah, and is that what Captain Underpants does?
He does. He always does that.
Yeah.
And I have a book about it.
Yeah? What's this book called?
You can get as many books as you like.
There's a lot of Captain Underpants books, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can get any book as you like.
Yeah. What's the name of this book?
Okay, I'll read it. Captain Underpants in the big bag of the Panic Boogle Boy, Part 1, The Night of the Nasty Noto Nuggets. See, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
I know.
Have you read it already?
I have. I read it a lot.
Do you like it?
I do. I love it.
Is it your favorite Captain Underpants book?
It is. I have 3 at my house.
Yeah. And that's where the other Captain Underpants books are?
Yeah.
Yeah. But this one you got on your trip, so you could have a Captain Underpants book to read.
I haven't read it before.
Yeah, not just yesterday, right?
I'm gonna bring it home.
Yes, you should. What other books do you like? Did you bring another book that you wanted to talk about?
Called The Pigeon Has to Go to School. That is my favorite book too.
And what's that one about?
It's about a pigeon that doesn't want to go to school. Then he wants to go to school.
Yeah. How come? Why does he want to go to school?
No. First, let's talk about why he doesn't.
That's a good point.
He doesn't want to go to school because he already knows everything.
Oh, okay. He thinks he can't learn anything at school because he already knows everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what convinces him that school's going to be a good idea?
Because he saw the bus.
Oh. And the bus looked cool?
Yeah.
And so he wanted to ride the bus to go to school?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
show you in the book.
Yeah, show me in the book.
I will. I'll put this one right here.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Now I'll read it. So, he doesn't want to go to school here.
Yeah.
I'll show you where he does want to.
It says, waza, waza, wah. That's when he sees the school bus?
Yeah, and this is where he doesn't want to go to school. See, he doesn't want to go to school.
Want me to help here? Right here, right?
Yeah, he doesn't.
And he says, well, I know almost everything.
I know you. I thought you didn't know everything.
What happened after he got on the school bus?
He said the pigeon has to go to school. Like the title.
Like the title. I love it when the title of the book is in the book. That's one of my favorite things.
See, I love these 2 books. And I also have a special thing I just showed you.
And that's Captain Underpants.
Yeah, he always loves to be my friend.
Yeah, Captain Underpants is your friend.
He is my friend. He loves to be my friend a lot.
A lot. And do you love to be his friend?
I do. But sometimes when he gets mad, I don't want to be it.
Does he get mad a lot?
He doesn't.
Oh, that's good.
Not a lot, just sometimes.
Yeah. And then you work it out like friends, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I calm him down by showing him how to make a deep breath. Then he does it.
You show him how to take a deep breath.
And breathe into your nose and out through your mouth.
That's good advice for everybody, not just Captain Underpants.
Yeah, when I get mad or sad, I have more breath at school.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot more.
Yeah, so you take a lot of deep breaths when you get mad or
Yeah.
sad? Yeah. That's really good advice. That helps you feel better, right? Should we do one right now? Okay, 1, 2, 3.
No.
No.
Let's pretend that I'm sad or mad.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I don't have my mom. Oh, I can do snake bath, bunny bath.
Okay. And then you feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really good advice. Thank you, Alex.
No, it's very good.
Really good.
I know, it's very, very good.
Yeah. What else do you want to talk about today?
First of all, I'm a great artist, so they keep crayons and pencils there so that I can draw.
Yeah. You got to be able to draw because you're such a good artist.
I am a great, great artist.
Yeah.
I surely love being an artist. Second of all, I really want to talk about my bed, my stuffies.
Okay.
So I have one that is very rainbow, and I really want to talk about it.
Okay. Sure. Tell us about your rainbow stuffy.
It's a rainbow bear.
What's the rainbow bear's name?
Coco.
Coco?
She's a girl. She's a very nice girl. She
Mhm.
always, when she goes to school, she always listens to the teacher. She's in 5th grade.
Wow. She's pretty old.
I mean, she's in 4th grade.
She's in 4th grade.
She's in 4th.
1st grade. Okay. Okay.
Why did it come out?
Yeah. It fell down a little bit.
Oh, I know. Accidents happen and accidents are okay.
That's right. Showbiz, babe. As showbiz, accidents happen and that's okay.
I know. It's okay.
Okay.
What?
That's how you can tell we're being recorded. After this, we can listen to it.
Oh my, that is so cool.
That is cool. Well, I think, Alex, that was really fun. And I wanted to say thank you for telling us all about books and about Coco and teaching us how to take deep breaths, which I think is really important.
And I was talking about my stuffy too.
Yep. Your Captain Underpants stuffy? Yeah.
He always likes to be my friend, remember? I just said that.
Yes, you did say that. He loves to be your friend and you love to be his friend.
Mhm.
That's right. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Do you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Talk to you later.
I will.
Bye.
Bye.